Tes 1 2 3 tes 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 1 tes 2 tes 3. Oke. Sejauh ini ya, udah benar. Ya, udah. Oke, udah. Oke. Please use keyframe frequency. Oke, udah. Oke. Oke. Selamat datang di game Inside the Mirror. Ini adalah VN yang aku mau mainin sekarang. Aku mau nyantai dulu dan mau menikmati cerita aja sebelum nanti Senin Selasa itu bakal ada video baru misal, dan Rabu Kamis bakal ada video baru apa ya, stagian. Aku mau main stagian dulu karena aku penasaran, katanya itu cerita sebelum Cat in the Box. Jadi aku mau lihat prequelnya dulu, baru nanti aku masuk ke sequel. Kira-kira gitu sih. Ini adalah game yang udah lama. Inside the Mirror itu game yang udah rada-rada lama, sekitar tahun 2020 kemarin. Kalau nggak salah bulan Mei gitu. Cuman aku baru bisa mainnya sekarang karena baru kebelinya juga sekarang. Gitu. Kalau kalian mau, ini tuh ada di 3 platform. Pertama di Steam, kedua di Android, dan ketiga di iOS. Jadi kalian bisa download aja, nggak berat, sekitar tinggal 500 MB-an, paling gede juga. Itu sih yang aku tahu. Kalau nggak salah 300 di aku tuh. 300. Jadi nggak terlalu berat-berat amat, dan ceritanya juga bagus. Walaupun masih sedikit reviewnya, jadi aku mau jadi salah satu orang yang nge-review. Jadi ayo kita mulai aja. Heh, heh, not responding. Heh. Eh, ah, ah, ah. Nah, not responding. Kemarin aku coba biasa-biasa aja. Masa gara-gara pakai, oh enggak. Oke, kita mulai aja langsung. Kalau suaranya kegedean tolong nanti kasih tahu. Oh iya. Soalnya aku nggak tahu ini apakah suaranya udah pas atau belum. Mungkin aku bakal ke pin. Uh, Oke. Terus kita pin. Yap. Udah kita pin. Halo, selamat datang. Oke, kita mulai gamenya. Ya, it's 6:41 a.m. I stare at my clock, took half closed eye, disappointed. Why am I waking up before my alarm? I still have 90 minutes to sleep. Determined to sleep down to last second, I roll back into the bed. But just as I do so, I hear that excited shout coming from downstairs. It's my brother. He's overly happy about something. Curiously, I push myself out of bed with a small smile, stretching my arm. Cross can well be this energetic in the morning. Ken, Ken has always said that the first step to productive day is making your own bed. Now, I've made a habit for it. I was suffering this feeling of accomplishment moment after waking up. It's a good feeling. I can clean up and slip into my uniform before heading downstairs. The kitchen is bursting with the commotion as I enter. Mom is cooking breakfast while my brother enthusiastically tries to show her something. Dad sits at the dining table reading a newspaper and I join him. They all look so cheerful with laughter filling the air. Ken is speaking quickly and animatedly waving the piece of paper in his hand. A letter, perhaps? Good morning, Yumi. You are pretty early today. Ken approaching the table. Did I wake you? Sorry about that. A huge grin and plastered on his face. I giggled. You don't look like it. Mom begins setting food on the table. The food looks so tasty. She chuckle and takes her seat across from Dad. My brother already seated beside her. Anyway, what's with all the excitement? Can can mm, can be can been out all morning. Go ahead and tell her. Ken passes me the letter in his hand. Unable to conceal his smile, I giggle almost by his contagious joy. I quickly skim through the letter. Is this cannot apa? Nganggu karena apa? Oh, dia diterima. Yumi, I've been accepted into Kyoto University, one of the best university in Japan. He did it. He studied so hard, burning the midnight oil most night to study for the entrance exam. I said, well, happy for my brother's success. This is his dream college, and he's going to there next spring. This is amazing, Ken. The exam must have been so hard. Ken snorted, sticking his nose up. It was nothing. I couldn't handle it. But Mom and Dad began laughing. Oh yeah, is that true? Did you yourself did you sin yourself the morning leading up to it? Dad mimicked a frail and exhausted looking Ken. Hmm. This is an undeniable air of pure joy in the air. I smell watching as my parents continue to tease my brother and celebrate his success. Suddenly, an overwhelming sense of nostalgia was over me, and not start forming in my stomach. This magical moment began to feel distant, like my mind is there but not my body, my heart skin, not again. The laughter became muffled, like I'm underwater. The kitchen began to fade away, until I left in the piercing silence and a monotone of color. Mom and Dad are completely frozen. The kitchen that was just a moment ago full of life, now dull and quiet. Halo, 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 halo. Halo, halo B323 GT. Itu plat nomor. Ken gets out of his chair and reach out his hand toward me. His voice echoed like it's coming through a long tunnel. Come on, Yumi. I walk you to the school today. His son said, like he wishes or something were different, but I can quit place what. I try to reach for his hand. It seems so near yet so far. I stretch out my arm as far as my body will allow, desperate to hold on to my brother's hand. But the future I reach, the future he seemed to be, like this is all an illusion. No, I won't let this happen. Hah, not responding lagi. Oh, again. Everything around me start to become muffled and blurred. Yumi, grab my hand. I can barely hear him anymore, only enough to know what he's saying. I look around, my breathing becomes quicker and slower, trying in vain to hold on to something to ground me. Nothing. My reality is fading into nothingness. Hmm. Eventually, everything melts away, and I'm left standing in the dark. I sink to the ground, scared, cold, alone. I close my eye and bring my knee to my chest, hugging them tightly, hoping it's all go away. And yet, this feels familiar. The silence is so loud it hurt, but I suppose it's as pain as being left alone. This stillness is proof, with no one to bear witness, just as how it always has been. Suddenly, I hear footsteps. As I look up, I see myself standing right in front of me. I'm smiling, happy, cheerful, and full of light. The opposite of how I feel inside. I reach out my hand to touch her, not wanting to be alone here anymore. The moment my palm touched her uniform, she changed. A flashlight so bright that I had to shield my eye with my arm. And then the darkness once again. Now, standing before me is an older version of myself. Her soft brown hair, now a pale gray. An empty shell of me, her eye dead, like she is looking into nothingness. Alive but nothing like a living. It's repulsive. It's me. The pressing sound of my alarm ringing struck the room. I opened my eyes and sighed, wishing it wasn't already morning. The early morning sun streaming into through the gaps of the curtain illuminate the room. The constant beeping felt like violent invasion, tearing me from my somber dream and snapping me awake. But honestly, I don't know which one is better. I turned off the insufferable alarm, and the peaceful silence is back on once again. I prop myself up and lean against the wooden headboard of my bed, my heart racing. That dream again. The edge of my salah harusnya. That dream again. Harusnya agak dibuat kayak kecewa gitu ya. The edge of my voice struck the room, break the silence. Even if it's my own voice, it's almost comforting. There is the distinct, the tingling sensation in my chest, but I can't quite tell what is it. My eye drift to the top of my dresser, and it always does when I'm feeling down. I get up and make my way there, picking up the small frame sitting there, a picture of my brother and I, one of my favorite picture of us, one of the last piece of memory I have of him. Ken had just graduated from the high school, and shortly after, he found out that he had been accepted into the college of his choice. He's smart, caring, wise, and always optimistic. Ken was my role model. I've been close with my brother for as long as I can remember. He taught me so many things growing up. When I was younger, I was shy, quiet, bad at making friends, but that didn't matter because he always kept me company. That took this picture of us. Seeing him in his graduation gown make me so excited to enter junior school and to work as hard as he did, so I can enter the college of my choice. Then, for some reason, shortly after starting college, Ken left. I remember him telling me that he would be back, that he had something to do. That was so many years ago. I haven't heard from him since. I set the photo frame back atop my dresser and looked to my uniform. This year, I'm freshman at Midori High School. My junior high school graduation was nothing special. It felt like just a formality for parents to feel happy and be proud of their kids for finishing junior high school. But only that show up that day, and not even for the ceremony itself. Can after the ceremony, only to take me home. I stepped into the hallway and swiftly walked past Ken's room. It had not been touched even since he left. I opened it once before, a week after he left, just to take a look inside, out of curiosity. When I went in, I noticed that he hadn't packed anything. It almost felt like he didn't plan on going out in the first place. There was still some paper strewn atop his desk, and small pile of clean and folded laundry on chair by the foot of the bed. On his matters was a large binder, with bit of its contents spilling out. It looked so normal, like he was just out for the day. Huh. Halo, halo, aloha. Hai Corona, selamat datang. I respect my brother's privacy, and I don't want him to be angry at me when he returns. So I leave his thing alone. Ini game tidak ada lagu soundtracknya. Wow, tidak terdengar kah? Padahal tadi udah ada loh, ada soundtracknya. Harusnya sih terdengar sih, tapi emang kecil. Aku gedein dikit ya. 60% cukup. But most of all, being in his room brought about a kind of pain that I can explain. Salah. Huh, it's hard, but it's also lonely. I shake my head, pushing the dog out and walk past his room and toward the bedroom to get ready for yet another day. As I walked down the stair, I noticed that none of the lights were on. I sighed again, entering the empty kitchen. Dad already left for work, of course. He's been out of the house more often recently. Someday, it feels like I'm the only one living in this house. After my brother left, Mom and Dad started fighting a lot and drifting apart. Until one day, Mom just packed her bag and left. I don't really see her anymore. This house, a place that I once called home now, just feels like a prison of solitude. And I'm trapped inside. I'm too young to be independent, too old to be ignorant. I feel lost. I don't know what to do, or if I can even do anything. There's nothing in the kitchen aside from that unwashed dishes from last night dinner and this morning breakfast. Go figure, he rarely cook anything for breakfast. That is not on the table. Sorry, I have to do early shift again this week. There is fresh bread on the counter and leftover for dinner in the fridge. Have a good day at school. So basically another normal day. Most day I don't even eat breakfast. It's hard to have an appetite in the morning when no one is around. Setuju sih. Aku juga kalau misalnya oh benda-benda mengkilat di artnya. Ini ini artnya keren sih. Aku nggak tahu ini siapa yang bikin artnya. eh Soalnya yang aku tahu Pluvius nggak expert di ini, di apa di background. Tapi kayaknya keren. Apakah orang di sini juga mengkilat? Hmm, oh, ya lumayan. Nanti kamu lihat aja. Tadi karakternya udah muncul di awal-awal, cuman sekarang udah nggak muncul lagi. Belum muncul lagi sih, lebih tepatnya. Despite my lack of hunger, that weird dream made my stomach uneasy. Uh, I grabbed a slice of bread and nibbled at my tasteless and dry breakfast. My eyes drift over to the calendar hanging on the wall beside the fridge. October 7th. I know why I've been having that cold, empty dream recently. Tomorrow is Ken's birthday. This will be the 5th year since I last saw him. The 5th birthday he hasn't spent at home with us. I tried to follow in my brother's footsteps and applied for the high school he attended. I couldn't get in. I wasn't good enough. I don't quite remember how I ever excelled in the school. All that time ago. Now my grades suffer. None of my classes are interesting, and to me, school doesn't serve any purpose. So basically, another normal day. I finished up the lackluster breakfast and head out for the school. The sky is clear, the breeze are creeping, and yet my heart is lifted by their sweet song of the mesmeric blue. Soon the school entrance come into the view, with the student filing into the entrance. Standing by the gate is Negai, one of my only friends. She looked cheerful as usual. I'm not sure why or how. We've been friends for as long as we have. Tuh, bakalan keren kalau ada refleks cermin di furniturnya. Hmm, iya sih, aku setuju. Tapi kayaknya ini kan game indie. Dan kalau nggak salah ini juga proyeknya juga proyek kecil. Jadi ya begitulah. Ada beberapa yang nggak sesuai dengan harapan kita emang. Hehe. Oke. Our personality don't match at all. She's sporty and preppy, and all around more popular. Yet she can still be caring, sometimes too caring. She basically the model student, much unlike me. Good morning, Yumi. Here it is. The morning routine, where everyone greet on another and have small talk, just because. It's tiring. Good morning. I don't know what else to say. After all, we didn't see each other for just the weekend. There really isn't that much to catch up on. Fix backup tuh cewek. Andai Anda langsung ngelihatnya ke sana, parah banget. Yang difokusin itulah. Tapi aku setuju, iya benar backup. Naked take a good look at me. Yumi, you look exhausted. Did you stay up studying for the math exam? I'm just tired. You should stay up so late with a proper amount of sleep. She sounded concerned. Yeah, I just called fall asleep. That's all. It's no big deal. I'll be fine. I try to brush off the issue or divert the topic. I don't want her worrying too much about it or about me. I will make up for it tonight. Our eyes meet like she arguing me to say more, but I don't. I hope she confident. The bell ringing, signaling the start of another school day. Luckily for me, they managed to take a Negai attention of me. Let's go. We don't want to be late. We make our way to the classroom. Kenapa aku ngerasa bagian sini kayak beda orang yang ngegambar ya? Artnya beda sama yang tadi loh. Entahlah. Nika starts talking about her weekend, about that new movie she watched, and the family reunion she had, and the last gossip around the school. I try to keep up with her, but soon find myself lost amidst all the noise and the chatter. She led the way down the busy hallway, almost like a shield against talking to the other student. No, Yumi, Eka, padahal aku berharap banyak. No, ini bukan Hentong. Dan aku lihat semua karakternya di Kickstarter projectnya, nggak ada yang sikap, apalagi di cup. Itu jarang banget. Aku ngelihatnya kebanyakan emang bicap sih. Itu yang aku tahu. Kalau kamu mau lihat art-artnya, bisa kamu lihat aja di Kickstarter-nya atau di Steam-nya juga nanti kelihatan semua tokoh-tokohnya kok. They and thought really great classmate and schoolmate that we passed, most of whom I don't know as we make our way to class. Her popularity really shone. Guys and girls alike seem happy to see her. Sometimes I even feel the each cold stare pressing into my back. The jealousy from others who love to be this close to Negai. Negai spent a lot of time with me, time that would be much better spent elsewhere or with others. Her popularity shone, guys and girls alike seem happy to see her. Kalau misalnya masih kekecilan, kasih tahu ya. Aku sih takutnya tubrukan aja sama suaraku. Soalnya di sini ya aku ngedengar itu sih, apa namanya? Kayak ambience gitu. Ambience-nya kerasa juga pula. Cuman aku takutnya suara aku jadi tenggelam gara-gara ambience-nya. Oke. We used to get along much better when we were children. Well, she hasn't changed. I suppose it's not her fault. I just don't find her hobby relatable. So it's hard to me to feel excited for her. Yet she never seemed to lose interest in my hobby, or rather like the therefore. Kalem. Aku setting lagi deh. As we reach our perspective class, she waved me goodbye. Nega is in different class from me, and honestly, I'm grateful for that. Oh, udah pas. Oke, sip. I don't think I will be able to keep up with her if we will. She will try to sit next to me for sure, and do all group project together. That will be no science. I fill my seat and settle in. The soft chatter of students fill the class as we wait for class to begin. Mr. Akihiro arrived and the class quietened down. Mr. Akihiro is one of the nice teachers. He is very kind and patient with his students, and always has a friendly demeanor, making him easily approachable. He sat down the stack of paper in his hand when he reached his desk. Oh, right, a math exam. One that I definitely didn't study for. I get my exam and stare down in the sea of confusion. I don't even recognize the equation. My head must have been in the cloud when it was being taught in class. Part of me wants to try. For my dad, for my future. And yet another part seemed content with barely scraping by in class, not parting to fully understand any of this. Dog father is distant most of the time. He's still lecturing me when I don't do well. My brother really set a tall bar to reach. Time tick on. as I take in the page full of problems that I don't understand. Eventually, I give up. There's no merit to trying. I don't understand any of this, and there's no salvaging it. I yawn. What a pain. It's dark. I can barely see anything. I look down and notice that my hands are small. Faint voice drifting in my ear and seem to be coming from all around me. Apa perasaanku aja penghapusannya gede banget. Penghapusan apa? Pas mereknya. Oh. Aduh. Mungkin hanya perasaan kamu aja kali. Faber Castell mahal. Ada. Iya sih. Tapi Faber Castell tuh bagus. Hey, ini bukan tempat promosi. Faint voice drifting into my ears, and it seemed to be coming all around me. I can make out what they say. It's too muffled. My head perked at the rustle of fabric behind me, and I turned on my heel to find a replica of myself. A pale, cold replica. Her eyes are empty and distant, and she seemed bothered. I tried to step forward, but find myself pressed against something clear, barrier, unable to reach the other side. Before I could say anything, my duplicate pointed past my shoulder. I heard the soft voice again, but this time I can tell what they're saying. They are calling out to me, sounding oddly familiar. I turn around and see that my family is gathering before me. Mom and Dad seem happy. Ken is reaching out toward me, softly and warmly calling my name. Ini aku curiga si Kennya mati, atau kecelakaan atau apapun. Soalnya kenapa mereka pada ngedown semua ya? Gitu. I start to reach for him, but before I could, someone yanked me back. As I'm pulled backward, I notice strong ripped on the surface of the clear wall that I couldn't see through before. Almost like I've been submerged in the water. Tuh cewek refresh stripe yang rambutnya silver. Oh, bukan refresh stripe, trap sih, tapi another personality. Personality si tokoh utama, tapi yang sisi lainnya gitu. Kalau refresh stripe berarti dia punya otong. Soalnya tokoh utamanya cewek kok, cewek. Tenang aja. Soon, I'm on the other side. My clone spin me around and cup my face in her hand. I stare into her eye, starting by what had just happened. Her blue eyes harbor no malice, but instead frustration. She shaken me from my shoulder and opened her mouth. Wake up, Yumi. You have to wake up. Yumi? Yumi, wake up. My eyes jolt open. The image from the dream reminded in mind. I can still see the freezing cold eye of my clone as I shock me. I can still feel disappointment of not being able to reach Ken once again. The test is over, Yumi. You slept through of most of it. He has my test in his hand and looked over it. This, you didn't write anything. The entry class is watching. I can feel their judging stare boring through my head. Yumi, is something wrong? I shake my head. I am brushing, Yet my heart isn't racing. I'm being called out in front of the entry class and yet I feel no shame. Despite the whispering of gossip already traveling around the room. Kagak curiga rambut silver bermata biru di Jepang. Ya ampun, jangan curiga kayak gitulah. Orang bermata biru di Jepang kayak rambut pendek segitu mungkin aja bisa cewek. Lihat, look at her boobs. Ibaratnya ya gitulah. Kalau ada jendolan mah sudah pasti cewek aja. Mr. Akiro must have noticed as he lifted his head and glanced around the classroom, swiftly dismissing the class. Light-hearted conversation returned to the room, and most students are already filing out of the classroom to enjoy their morning break. By the way, yang ulangan cuma Yumi doang. Sepi banget kelasnya di background. Kayaknya ini dibagi timnya itu dibagi dia jadi beberapa. Jadi ada yang cuma gambar background doang, ada yang cuma gambar karakter doang. Jadi di backgroundnya pun nggak ada siapapun gitu. Ada beberapa tipikal visual novel emang kayak gitu. Dan itu biasanya gara-gara pertama kekurangan orang, kedua kekurangan waktu. Setahu aku ini project udah mulai dari tahun 2009 dan it's really small team. Jadi mereka benar-benar tim kecil yang yang tergabung kayak gitu. Dan aku sesekali coba betanya waktu itu masih banyak banget bug, bahkan sampai rilis juga tetap aja nggak ada orang tapi nggak diliatin. Hah, setuju Abdullah. I try to leave. Yumi, can I have quick word with you? I follow him to his desk in the front of class. He started asking me if my home situation is fine, or if there anything wrong, or any kind of issue. I deflect off his question, wanting to the end of the conversation quickly. Ultimately, we go nowhere. He kept asking similar questions and I had nothing to share. Look for me after school. Sorry. Look for me after school. I give you some extra time to finish your exam. I nod. Don't let this happen again. You can go. Kalau ada orang kasih ambience ramai gitulah. Iya sih, aku juga nggak dengar tapi kan ini lagi ujian. Nggak boleh ada ambience ramai dong. Gitu. Kalau dikasih ambience ramai malah namanya bukan ujian gitu. Tapi setelah ujian harusnya emang dikasih ambience ramai. Terutama pas lagi digosipin kayak gitu, mereka harusnya banyak suara gitu. Banyak suara talking kayak gitu. Karena dia ngeliatin si tokoh utama lagi dimarahin sama gurunya. Ya benar, aku setuju. The moment I step onto the corridor, I breathe a sigh of relief. I hope it doesn't involve my father. What could I have told Mr. Akiro? That I've been having this weird cryptic dream with remains of the past. Dream where I am in chess away from the brother I wish to see again. He just going to burst it off as a nightmare. He won't understand. No one will. The next few class pass in blur and soon. It's time for lunch. I enter the food hall with many other students. While they are looking for place to sit with their friend, a sick and quiet corner to sit alone. My mind has shifted to autopilot, grabbing my food from the counter without even looking at what I had picked. I quickly find a corner table and sink into my seat. BTW tetap aja keren sih gamenya. Aku bikin game paling bagus mungkin bertema Angry Bird. Wait, Angry Bird juga udah susah. Udah gitu kagak ada animasinya. Angry Bird, Flappy Bird itu game apa? Jangan lihat dari grafik sih. Kalau gitu mah lihatnya dari apa? Gameplay. Kalau Angry Bird. Kalau misalnya udah nggak ada apa? Nggak ada kesulit apa ya? Bukan nggak ada kesulitan, nggak ada error kayak bug nembus atau bug tiba-tiba mati, itu nggak masalah. Itu udah bagus kok. Sih itu udah bagus. Kalau ini kan emang dia ngutamainnya grafik sama story. Jadi VN itu apa statnya itu gedenya di grafik sama story gitu. Jadi wajar aja kalau kamu pasti minder sama gambarnya. Tapi mekanismenya mah semua VN sama aja gitu. Kecuali kalau kayak doki-doki literatur. Nah, itu baru. Kemarin ada sih aku nemu satu game, cuman apa? Aku belum sempat lihat reviewnya. Nanti aja. Kantinnya bersih, sangat betah weh kalau sekolah di situ. Apalagi aku, segini tuh udah bersih banget. Wah, kalau ada sekolah di Indonesia yang kayak gitu mah keren sih. Bagiku keren. Karena kebiasaan aku ngeliat pasti kotor. I quickly find a corner. Oh, itu udah tadi. Still shaken by the dream, a bit into my food, not caring for its taste. Lost in the talk. Why did my clone look so different? She looked just like me, but there are so many things about her. The voice. Were they Mr. Akiro waking me up, or was someone in the dream talking to me? The dream had changed slightly from the countless time I'd seen it before. Even now, I can still see her face clear as day. Those icy blue eyes pressing into my soul, seeing through every inch of me. Wake up! There you are, Yumi. Why are you sitting here? I almost couldn't find you. Nakai voice snapped me out of my thought and back into the reality. She sat across the table from me, seeming rather content. In fact, she even more bulby than she usually is. I looked at my foot, only now noticing that I had gotten the rice and no interest. Sighing, I pushed the tray aside. I assume you did well on your exam. Naga beamed. All the studying paid off. This was a piece of cake. She carried on, talking about how she thought she would struggle but ended up the question relative simple. Nagai first melted into the sea of chatter in the cafeteria. My head pounded. I rubbed my temples in a faint, hoping it'd make the pain go away. This is so bothersome. It's only halfway through the day and I already have a headache. I'm confused. I'm tired. I'm overstated. And everything just seems to keep nagging me today. Yumi? What? Sorry. Kenapa aku ngomongnya kayak gitu? I buka harusnya bukan kayak gitu. Gimana ya? What? Oh, ya harusnya kayak gitu. I raised my voice, startling her and few students nearby. I was just asking if you wanted to come to my track meet tomorrow. It's be at school, our school. The top athletic will be selected for national, and I've been training pretty hard for it. I want you to be there when I will. No, I don't want to go anywhere. Why do you think I sat in the corner today? Because I want to be left alone. I've lost it, but it's too late to go back now. This about your brother, isn't it? It's that time of the year after all. Her voice soft, regretful even. You are always so stubborn. I'm really sorry about what happened to me, but there's nothing we can do about it. You can let it do this to you every year. I'm sure he wouldn't want that of you. Her voice broke and she took a shake break. I I just want to help you. It's hard seeing you like this. Our exchange has attracted the student in a neighbor table, but at this point I don't really care. I grit my teeth, trying to contain the irrational anger that built up inside. My mind began to spiral out of control. I can hardly suppress the frustration and rage building up inside me. Stop. How could you possibly understand what it's like for me? You don't even have a brother. You don't want to. You don't know what it's like for one of your best friends to disappear without a trace. You never had family as close as mine as used to be. How could you possibly understand the pain of your whole life falling apart like mine did? All you do now is laugh and smile. Nothing else matters. Have you forgotten what it's like to feel alone? Why are you to tell me to let go? To tell me what can world wanted for me? You, you are so you are so fake. It's made me sick. My voice is tough, soft, resentful, filled with rage. Yumi? My guy slumped into her seat. She looked down. He usually stopped reduced to a shrinking figure in the chair. That's Yumi, how could you? That's the girl. I scrambled out my seat, shoving aside bystanders that have gathered around our table. As I make my way toward the exit, I can think straight. I want to scream, leaving behind the cafeteria that was now in pin drop silence. I sprint to the nearest bedroom. Ah, Yumi ngamuk, kena mental breakdown. Ya, aku nggak tahu kenapa, tapi ada yang terjadi sesuatu sama kakaknya. Tapi aku nggak tahu apa yang terjadi sama kakaknya sampai sekarang. Ceritanya mungkin bakal mirip seperti Omori kayaknya. Kalau mirip seperti Omori sih agak kacau sih. Soalnya kan Omori itu kan si Saninya kan yang ngebunuh. Sementara kita nggak tahu ini siapa yang ngebunuh gitu. Mungkinkah kakaknya mati juga kita nggak tahu. Karena ibunya juga cerai gitu. Ya nanti kita bisa lihat nanti sih. Sambil kita itu aja. The bedroom is empty. I sit in the furthest corner in the full attempt to gather myself. I never burst out like that before. I feel comforted yet strangely loose. I almost ask if I'm dreaming. Then again, it can be a dream. I can feel the cold floor stroke the thin fabric of my skin. And the wall is stiff against my back. I feel sick. Ever since the incident in the cafeteria, time seems to have come to standstill. I keep thinking back to those recurring dreams or nightmare I've been having. They seem to mock me time again, immersing me in surreal environment and then violently snapping me back to reality. And when I'm awake, I feel like I'm sinking into quicksand. Aku nggak baca tadi. Sorry, kepencet. As time goes on, it becomes harder to move. Day after day, it becomes more and more of a struggle to get out of bed, to stay afloat. Just how long have I been here? Sinking, drowning, stuck in this moment that seemed to last forever. I seek. I suppose my friendship with Nega is over now. There's no way she will forgive me after that. Perhaps it's a good thing. She's popular, independent, great at what she does. There are no benefit in being close to someone like me. Her life is full of light, full of joy and happiness. Mine is quite the opposite. I can walk down the same path as her, and if she come along with me, I'll only drag her down with me. I can do that. Lunch break is over by now. The occasionally student will enter the bedroom, but they don't say anything to me. After a while, I get up and head toward the sink. I feel tired and slugging, so I splash some water on my face. The cool liquid sends shiver down my spine, waking me up from this surreal state. I blink. I am dreaming. Wow, refleksinya dihilang. BTW, Yumi nggak pakai stocking. Nggak pakai. Nggak semua orang Jepang pakai stocking kok. BTW itu poster kucing di kamar mandi bikin salpok. Miss, apa itu bacanya? Aku nggak tahu. Bakal rame kalau ada detailnya. Ya, aku setuju. Kalau ada detailnya bakal rame. Tapi art kayak gini tuh butuh waktu yang lumayan lama. Jadi ya begitulah. Mungkin mereka cuman gambar yang penting-pentingnya dulu. Nanti mungkin kalau ada update lagi bakal diperbagus. Kamar mandinya keren. Kagak ada coretan, otong atau semacamnya. Hah, kau kira ini Indonesia? Ada coretan otong di mana-mana. Ada itulah kata-kata aneh yang ditulis di toiletnya. Ya kadang-kadang nggak ada airnya, kadang-kadang toiletnya rusak, kadang-kadang masih ada tai di dalamnya. Wah, banyak banget dah. Ya sekali lagi ini bukan Indonesia. Kalau ini Indonesia mungkin kacau sih. I grab a paper of towel and quick wipe the water off my face. I can feel my heart back quickening. There's no way I'm dreaming right now. Hesitantly, I look into the mirror, and my head starts to spin with dizziness. I stare blankly at where my reflection should be, but instead, there is nothing. Just the toilet stall behind me. I stumble back, my mouth going dry and my mind racing, and a cry escaping my lips. It feels so off. It doesn't make any sense. A wave of nausea washes over me. This is impossible. I look back into the mirror. Still nothing. It's physics. Science doesn't lie. And yet my reflection has disappeared without a trace. My heartbeat thud loudly in my ears. I can hardly hear the sound of my own breathing. The other two girls in the bedroom rushed to my set to check up on me, and I point to my missing reflection, my hand trembling. Hey, are you okay? What's wrong? Do you need us to bring you to the infirmary? She's freaking out about the mirror. Is there anything wrong with it? Doesn't seem so. Hey, hold it steady. She's so pale. She look like she about to faint. She look like she sees ghosts. I don't think she hear us. She's not saying anything. Oh God, what do we do? Isn't she the one that started the whole commotion during the lunch? I think she has problem. I never seen Nega cry like that before. Or maybe she's not feeling very well. Let's just get her to the nurse office. She clearly not doing very well right now. Their mouths are moving, but I don't hear anything except the blood rushing through my ear. I feel faint. The girls seem panicking as well. One of them is supporting me upright, and they are having an animated conversation, but I don't know what they are saying. They doesn't seem bothered by the mirror at all. Maybe they just haven't noticed it yet. But there's no way. The mirror is so big, and I can see their reflection is fine. With just the three of us, it's quite obviously that there's something missing. What is going on? They escort me out of the bedroom, supporting me as I walk. Perasaan toilet luar negeri juga ada yang kotor. Aku belum, jujur aku belum pernah keluar negeri. Yang aku tahu toilet luar negeri setidaknya lebih bersih daripada yang kita. Ya setidaknya agak terawat dikit lah. Kasian banget toko sampingan dipanggil girl 1 sama girl 2. Wah, kalau ya itu kan perspektif. Kalau misalnya dikasih nama, artinya si tokoh utama tahu nama mereka siapa gitu. Kan ini si tokoh utama juga nggak tahu mereka namanya siapa. Makanya dikasih namanya girl 1 sama girl 2. It's like a floor has opened up my beneath me, like I'm standing on the air. My knee grow weak. I quickly realized that they are taking me to the nurse office. I'm okay. My voice is weak and trembling, and softly pushed their hand off me. They opened their mouth in protest, but I ignored that. I just turn around and leave. My head is still spinning, and yet I seem to be thinking clearer now. I just want to go home. I cannot bear the idea of having deal with anyone else today. I want to lock myself in my room and disappear. This is all just another bad dream. That has to be it. BTW, suara bocah di luar kagak kedengeran lagi. Bocah apa? Hah? Bocah apa sih? Asa aku gak ada bocah di sini. I left the school unnoticed and walk home in a haze. Oke, akhirnya dia bolos. On the walk back, I glanced at every reflection surface I can find. Puddles, window, side mirror of cars. It's still missing. Am I going insane? The moment I step foot into the house, I'm instantly overwhelmed with the actions. I can hardly make my way back to my room. Di hallway siang lampunya dihidupin. Mungkin itu bukan lampunya dihidupin. Mungkin karena terlalu cerah di luar sana. Makanya kelihatannya kayak terang banget. Mungkin gara-gara itu kali ya. Warnanya bukan warna cahaya matahari. Tapi kalau misalnya noon itu warnanya nggak ke warm, nggak ke cold juga. Setahu aku. My head is still spinning from everything that happened today. With one final effort, I collapsed onto my bed. Darkness. Muffled sound filled the air. There are people talking. But from where? I recognize their voice. My family, my friend, the few people I know. It's like everyone is trying to talk to me all at once. I open my eye, and they are slowly adjust to the darkness. I had fallen asleep, This time, the dream was rather normal. Well, for me. Light trickles in the gap between the curtain, a gentle mixture of the moonlight and street lamp, illuminating the room in the soft pale glow. My heart sinks as I think back to what happened today. Everything passed by in a blur. I can hardly remember what happened after the bedroom incident. Maybe I'm just seeing things, or maybe the light headed was getting to me, and I just need some rest. I look across the room where a single mirror stands in the corner by the window. The pale ray of moonlight bathed the mirror frame in the eerie light, and the mirror. There is something pressed up against the glass. I had not noticed that before. I get up, wanting to have a closer look. Gingrey walking across my room. I see hand pressed against the mirror from the other side. From the inside. In the corner of the moonlit room, within the steel frame mirror lies a rather startling image. For the first time since its disappearance, however, I've seen a reflection clear as a day. It's me. It's me. Yet there is something trivially off. It's not copying my movement like it's supposed to. A wave of fear struck me. It's impossible. I press my right hand against the mirror against hers. This is so real. I recognize her. This is the me I see in my dream. Has it finally come out to haunt me? What is she? A ghost? A monster? She gazed deep into my eye, unblinking. Her eye cold as eyes, as if she can see right through me. Hah, bocah di luar rumah. Ya ampun. Kok jadi horor? Wah. bukan, ini bukan horor. Tenang saja, ini bukan horor. Aku sudah pastikan ini bukan horor. Ini kasual, terus lebih ke psikologikal sih. Mark keyword corona. Mark keyword corona. Jir, gambar tangannya kayak abis nyabun. Andai. No. Mana? Ya ampun, abis nyabun dong. Aduh. Skip. Every vibrate of my being screamed at me to run. But this figure is so familiar. That face? I've seen this thousand of times. She like a live, size doll. This time I'm almost fake, and yet there is a hint of the sadness in those unwavering eyes. Perhaps my mind is playing trick on me again, but it's almost like she about to pass through the mirror and into my room. Is she here to haunt me? Is she here to hurt me? The mirror surface ripple like the still water in the pond that been pierced. All of a sudden, she began to move independently of me, opening her arm wide, beckoning me in. I take a step backward and startled that my reflection is moving on its own. Yet, I'm enchanted, curious, scared. Her arm began to pierce through the glass surface. I stand completely frozen in a place as she wrapped her arm around my body, overwhelming me with the darkness from within a mirror. I blink, and I find myself being pulled through the glass against my will, and yet I don't struggle. Ada beberapa orang nggak sumpah, contohnya aku nggak sumpah, jujur. Eh, Kalau aku masih pakai seragam juga nggak masalah. Cuman kadang-kadang aku suka ingat besok seragam masih dipakai. Kalau besok seragam nggak dipakai mah aku bakal tetap terus pakai. Karena aku males pakai apa ya, ganti baju. Karena aku orangnya males. Aku pakai cara jeans sejam udah pengen lepas. Kalau jeans mah ya, karena nggak enak gitu. Tapi kalau seragam sekolah, aku sih nggak masalah karena celananya enak kok. Celananya enak. Mau dipeyuk. The soft glow of pale moonlight has deserted me, and I now stand in a familiar darkness, the same one I stand in the night after night. I'm dreaming. Am I dreaming? How many times have I asked myself this question? Nothing seems real anymore. I feel a hand against my back as a shiver runs down my spine. I hear a voice. It sounds like my own, but slightly different. Like there are multiple of me speaking at the same time. Yumi, wake up. Oh, tapi bantalannya kecil kagak nyaman. Kalau ada di sini aku mau ngeplak kamu kayaknya corona. Eh, walaupun bantalannya kecil masih kerasa. Itu adalah bantalan. Skip. I open my eyes to nothing. I shrouded in the darkness. Some kind of faint, with noise that resembles soft blowing wind filled the air. Where am I? I look up and see her. Is that girl, the me in my dream, the one dragged me here in the first place? I turn around and come face to face with her. Her sickly pale skin still gives me a goosebump. She stretched out her hand, as if beckoning for me to grab it, but I don't. Where are we going? Where is this place? She doesn't answer. Instead, she retracts her hand and walks forward, unwavering. I'm still not sure what to think of her, but the idea of being alone in this darkness frightened me. So I follow her. Kalem, aku mau matiin lampu dulu. Wah, di sini panas. Oke. Gara-gara di sebelah pasang kulkas dan kulkasnya ngarah ke ruangan kita. Bahkan temboknya aja jadinya panas. Uh, jika jika bisa tolong nyalain kipas angin. Oh, oh, iya, Mas. Ini laptop kakak aja udah panas. Di situ bisa. Itu bisa tuh. Oke, kita lanjut. I look down at my feet, not wanting to watch her stiff body from behind as we walk to who know where. And then she stopped and just standing in front of me, unmoving. Where do you want to take me? I don't understand. My eyes scanned the surrounding, searching for something, for anything. But it's still all dark, save for the hint of light coming with behind her. Can you Please answer me. She takes a few steps forward, completely ignoring my question. And then I see them. Three mirrors, similar to one in my room, similar to one this girl emerged from, or was trapped behind. I don't know who she. Huh? Hastily, I heard toward them, unsure what to expect. Aku nggak mencet tadi ya. As I approach them, I realize that they are reflecting something. But it can be a reflection. There's no one here but us. Could they be trapped behind the glass? The three mirrors show a couple, man and woman, respectively. But I'm too far to make out the detail. As I walk closer, I start to see a part of their face, their eye, posture, lips, and curved into a frown. Their figures seem to ring a bell, but I can't quite place where they are from. I squint my eyes in an effort to make out of the two people, my curiosity overwhelming my fear and confusion. Then it hits me. Hah, Yumi mimpi kalau dirinya di malam juga joget bareng. Wah, wah, jalan lagunya, aduh. Ih. Punya kulkas dalam satu ruangan, itu enak serasa punya AC. Hmm, kayaknya bukan AC dah. Karena buka masalahnya bagian belakangnya itu apa? Ngarah ke tembok kosan aku gitu. Jadi bagian belakangnya kan ada itunya apa? Yang untuk ngeluarin panasnya dan itu kena kena lewat dan kerasa banget di tembok. Aduh, ya begitulah. Dad, Mom, I rush over the rightmost mirror and grab the wooden frame. Are you okay? What are you doing here? Where are we? They look at each other, fear masked by anger. Seems to not notice me. Their mouths are moving, and they seem to be arguing over something. But I can hear a single word they say. Dad, Mom, what's going on? They continue on as if they can hear me. I averted my eyes to the ground, unable to watch them destroy themselves all over again. Saying it once was hard enough. My name. I turned toward the sound and find Negai, her palms pressing against the glass of the leftmost mirror frame. She wears an expression of tiredness and fear and uncertainty. Negai, what's wrong? I hurry toward her, desperately searching for some way to pull her out, or for some kind of clue on the frame. Nothing, except the smooth wood frame and cold glass grabs in the dark. I'm here. I'm here. Like my pardon, I don't think she hear me. Nagai seemed to the floor, bringing her knee to her chest and burying her face in her hand. Her shoulders shaking as their tear created a wet stain on her skirt. It pained me to see her like that. I haven't seen her that lost since. I bit my bottle lip. The guilt from what conspired the afternoon in the cafeteria was over me. Coba kalau mau ngeringin tangan, tempel tangannya di sana. Yah, langsung kering gitu ya. Nega matanya gede. Orang Indo kalah. Emang orang Indo matanya sipit ya? Asa orang Indonesia enggak matanya juga nggak sipit. Oh ya, ngomong-ngomong ini eh sorry ya kalau misalnya ada sedikit suara dari itu. Ngeringin tangan mah tinggal lap di baju. Hah, mantap. Kita berarti suku yang sama, Corona. Ngelap pakai poster di kamar mandi. Missing chat, poster di kamar mandi. Ya ampun. Asa tadi aku udah bilang. Ken, my eyes dart out to the center mirror, where his voice is coming from. He's there just like my parent and a guy trapped inside the mirror. Ken, I scramble toward him, my arms stretching out to touch the cool glass as soon as I can, desperate to reach for my brother. Ken, I miss you, Yumi. His dark eye stares straight into mine. They are gazed like he lost in that tug. Can he see me? Ken, I'm here. Can you hear me? He nods. The light flooded me, washing away my fear, guilt, and anxiety. Are you okay? Can you get out? He gives me a sad smile, but doesn't say a word. My heart sinks. Why? He looks away. My heart clenches with emotion that I can't quite describe. Every time, every time I'm so close to seeing him again, there's always something that spared us. I look to my replica, anger bubbling up within me. She's the one keeping us apart, isn't she? She must be. What do you want of me? She doesn't have to say a word for me to understand her. I don't want to choose, but I know I have to. Hmm, pilihan pertama kita bisa save. Di sini ada. Oh, master volumenya sudah itu. Sial, ini auto save. Pilih siapa ya? Kalau misalnya Ken, coba kita berpikir sesuai dengan storynya. Kalau misalnya dari storynya dia pengen banget ketemu sama si Ken. Mungkin dengan ketemu si Ken kita bisa nyelesain masalah. Tapi aku nggak tahu Ken itu kenapa dan apa yang terjadi sama Ken sampai dia nggak bisa ketemu lagi. Yang agak berat sih kedua orang tuanya atau mau balikan lagi sama temennya. Melihat Ken menghadap ke background yang gambarnya kayak portal, keinget suatu meme. Ya ampun. Adios. Bye bye. Aku sih pengennya approach Ken, tapi ini nggak ada save. Sumpah. Harusnya ada save-an gitu. Biar bisa, ya sudahlah. Aku takutnya ada beberapa ending. Tapi aku approach Ken dulu. I walk toward my brother. Ken. He doesn't say a word. I look into the mirror, desperate to see him again. But he just look away. Ken? No, not again. Not this time. Ken, please. He turned his back. I'm already waited for so long. Please. He simply shook his head. His back still facing me, still not saying a single word. I closed my eye, not wanting to accept his response. I glanced at Miyu. and she gestured once again toward the tree mirror, unsure me to choose once again. I sighed under a resignation. That is always how it has been after all. He's always out of reach. I'm glad at the other two mirror. Hmm. Aku random milih karena aku nggak tahu orang tuanya kenapa bertengkar kayak gitu. Tapi aku sih lebih ke apa namanya? Lebih ngedeketin temannya dulu karena orang tuanya agak susah gitu. Lagi aku. Karena kalau orang tua udah stres itu kita pun nggak bisa ngelawan gitu. Itu aja sih. Jadi lebih baik kita cari teman ya setidaknya bisa cerita-cerita. Itu sih menurut aku. I tried to call out her name, but my words were stuck in my throat. How could I? Not after what I did today. She must think badly of me. I can do it. I can subject her to putting with me any longer, and cause her enough heartbreak. Without a warning, I feel my body being pushed forward. I close my eye, bracing for the impact. But then, the sound of bird song filled the air, and without even seeing anything, I could feel that the atmosphere has shifted. I opened my eye and drink in my surrounding. Wow, di mana ini? This used to be my favorite place growing up. I would beg my parents to take me here every weekend. I haven't been here in ages. I wanna go with Ken. Why can I? My ear perked at the sound of the voice. I don't need to see to know who is it. Yumi, you know you can. Your brother is at his friend's birthday party. But I wanna go. I wanna play with him. You can do that when he's come home, okay? How about we spend some time here? Just you and me. We could sit on the swing, go down the slide, climb the monkey bar. Yes, I love the swing. I raise you there. The sound of joy and laughter fill the air. It's warm my heart, but it's also warm with nostalgia. To be honest, my memory of the moment is quite hazy. I must have been 4 or 5 then. I followed them down the dirt path that cuts through the center of park, all the way to the small playground. We didn't live in the biggest city, and so we didn't have a huge or grand playground, especially not then. But I remember always being excited about coming to the only park in the town. But I never wanted to come because my friends were here, or because I wanted to play on the swing or the slides. I wanted to come here because at home, everyone was always so busy with work or watching TV. When we were here, I could talk to them and they would actually reply. And because the park was too far from any neighborhood to walk to, it was really crowded. We almost always have the park to ourselves. Everything used to be so much simpler. I blinked, and the scenes changed. Aku di mana? Entah, aku tidak tahu aku di mana. Kalau sampai selesai sih, aku nggak bisa nonton sampai akhir. Kayak nggak apa-apa. Aku nggak bakal sampai akhir sih. Paling cuman bentaran ini juga aku main. Nanti asar juga aku udah selesai. Dan aku kali ini nggak bakal lama-lama. Karena ini visual novel gitu. Ayunannya tinggi banget. Yumi nyampe kagak tuh? Kayaknya kagak. Aku juga nggak tahu ini kenapa perspektifnya kayak gini. Kalau misalnya pakai fish eye pun nggak sampai setinggi itu sih. Keren sih ayunannya, dan perosotannya nggak karatan. Well, begitulah. Wow, ada loli Yumi dasarnya. Apa Anda lolicon atau sudahlah, skip. It's another day. A few years later, I'm here with my brother. I learned how to cycle, and my parents trusted me enough to be able to cycle here with my brother. This was the first time we were here without my parents having to drive us here. I can see their silhouette just sitting on the swing with the sunset sky above. The bicycle on the ground just midway. They were frozen, like I'm inside a still frame. I walked up to them and put my hand on my brother's shoulder. All of a sudden, the scene come alive. Yumi, please be careful. He jumped off the swing and rushed toward younger me, trying to recover after falling to the sand. Oh ya bentar. Karena aku suka ambience, harusnya ambience-nya digedein sih. Ya ampun, I'm fine. Masih, aku kira ini bakal ke pause. That is hard. She nod. Do you want to go home? Can I down the slide one more time? Ken chuckles. Of course. Don't forget your bicycle. They pick the bicycle off the ground and wheels it to the slide that a few meters away. Parah sih. Aku kira kalau udah mencet atas itu nggak bakal kena pointernya gitu. Jadi nggak bakal keklik. Tapi ini malah keklik. Agak kurang. Oh, jadi kamu tim Onesan, tapi Loli juga kagak nolak. Parah. Parah banget sih. I watch as they climb to the top, can helping young me up and let her go down the slider first. Their ring struck the air. Anybody watching can tell that they having fun. Hey, watch out! Where you're going before you go down? The family voice catches my attention, and I see a guy on the ground. The water bottle that was in her hand rolling away. Sorry about that. Bentar, kok aku ngerasa aneh. Negai itu seangkatan atau lebih kecil daripada dia? Soalnya di sini kelihatannya dia lebih imut. Lihat matanya lebih besar. Kayak umurnya tuh muda banget gitu. Kayak masih ya di bawah si tokoh utama gitu. Atau itu cuman perasaan aku doang? She ran to retrieve the bottle and return it as Negai get to her feet. She shook her hand. Thank you. It's okay, no worries. Ken reached in the bottle of the slide and get to his feet as fast as he can. Once glance at the concerned look on his face, and you know that he saw everything. I'm sorry about my sister. Are you okay? Negai nods. I'm okay. I'm not hurt. Thanks goodness. Where are your parents? Are they at supermarket? The supermarket is about 10-minute walk from this park. The kids will someday come to this park to play with their parents go grocery shopping. Negai matanya juga gede, bahkan waktu kecil. Iya, makanya aku juga heran. Aku jadinya ngira kalau misalnya Negai itu lebih muda banget dibandingkan si tokoh utama. Kelihatan dari mata sih. Dan aku baru nyadar ada tai lalat di bawah matanya si Negai. They're at home. We just moved it. Do your parent, uh, do your parent know you are here? She nodded. We came to this park together yesterday. I know how to ride a bike, so I came here myself. Wow, and you can remember that way here. Yep, Ken chuckled. I'm Ken. He held on his hand. Negai takes it and shook it in an enthusiastic blah 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 blah. And Twashi take Holly. Hi. Ken looked at Youngmi and nods toward Negai. Go ahead, introduce yourself. A lump formed in my throat. This is so nostalgic, but at the same time, my heart is screaming at her to not say anything. To let this girl just walk away without introducing herself. Then Negai life wouldn't be weighed down by the turmoil in my head that exploded and stained everyone I love. Tapi Negai sudah memasuki ekop di masa kecilnya. Anda jeli sekali. Tai lalat di bawahnya, di bawah mata Negai memiliki daya tarik tersendiri. Berarti penyuka tai lalat. Maybe it would been better. I watched as Youngmi nervous walk up toward her as Negai stick out of her hand. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. My name is Negai. Youngmi shakes Negai's hand. Nice to meet you. I'm Yumi. The scene flashes white and I squint my eye, shielding it with my hand, and just as quickly, it faded away. Oh, ini cuma memori-memori. Aku kira pilihan. I'm at school now. This seems like different day. The sound of ringing bell reaches my ear. The gossip of the student echoing through the classroom or corridor. Did you hear? I heard that Negai isn't here because she broke both legs. No, that's not true. I heard from her neighbor that her parents divorced. That's why I heard too. I heard that her dad is moving out today. That's why she's not there. All of the student gaps almost disgusted with the reflection of our father's girl. We should stay away from her. My shoulder tense. I'm contrast. I remember this moment clear as day. I remember coming to the school and seeing Negai desk empty. It's the first day back after our summer holiday, and I was excited to see her again, especially since we didn't get to see each other with much over the holiday. At the time, I didn't know why. Now I do. Sometimes I really wish I could turn back the clock and be there for her. I tried to step forward, but the scene shifted, and now I'm standing outside Negai Gate. I see young Yumi standing off the porch, ready to ring the doorbell. Coming! I bit my lip to stop myself from tearing up. The door opened. Oh, Yumi. Hi, is Negai at home? Now, not the best time, sweetie. Yumi shook her head. It's fine. I just wanted to pass her something. I won't be long. She nodded. Okay then, give me a second. Let me go get her. Negai's mom left the door open as she goes upstairs to call Negai. I stop a bit to to the right and peered into the house. A box and suitcase filled the entryway. A something I know too well. Wow, ternyata dia masih imut kayak gitu. Hey Yumi. Her voice small, weak, hoarse, like she just been crying for an hour. Ah, what do you mean by that? Mungkin, bentar. Ekap sebagai orang yang punya tai lalat di bagian itu tertentu tidak menyukai itu. Mungkin lebih pas ekap. What? Gak di Jepang maupun di Indo, Kang gosip di sekolah itu pasti ada. Hahaha. Kau tidak tahu ukuran cup. Biasanya ada di tukang es krim. Hey, hey, mungkin cup yang kau bicarakan dengan cup yang dia tanyakan berbeda. Benar-benar berbeda. Okay. Her eyes are puffy, but she tried her best to put out the biggest smile. Hey, what's up? Nothing. It's just that you were in the school, so I thought I'd come over and give you something. Young me hand Nega a small paper bag. She take it and look inside. Chocolate cupcake? You mean not enthusiastically. Yep, I know that they are your favorite. I didn't notice it at the time, but now I see that Nega and I are watery on the figure of crying. She looked inside the bag once again and take out an envelope. What's this? A card? I thought it might make you feel better. You can open it now, if you want. Nega nods and opened the envelope. She take out the card and examine it. Feel better soon? But I'm not sick. Yumi shrugged. It doesn't matter if you're sick or not. I just want you to feel better. A small smile tugged on Nega's lips. She opened the card and reads it. Thanks, Yumi. Her voice sounded like it's the figure of breaking, but she tried her best to sound dogged. I remember what weird inside. It's the best my childish mind could think of, and at the time, I thought she didn't like it. But maybe she did, more than I thought so. Dear Negai, I'm sad that you were in the school today. I miss you. I hope you are not sick or sad. And if you are, I hope you feel better soon. I like it when you are happy. Your friend, Yumi. Banyak komenku tidak terkirim. Routernya masih rusak sih. Aku nggak tahu ya kenapa nggak kekirim ya. Soalnya di aku banyak banget chat kamu. Negai closed the card and put back it into the envelope before dropping it into the paper bag. I wish I could gotten you more, but that's all the pocket money I have. Young Milfron, Negai just shaked her head. Don't be sad, Yumi. It's alright. This is enough. Thank you. It's the least I can do. She giggled. My heart rang with the sadness. I just miss you. I didn't get to see you much over the holiday, and you didn't come to the school either. Nega chuckled nervously. Sorry, just been a little busy. That's all. I later find out that her parents were going through a divorce, and she couldn't understand why they couldn't stay together anymore. Monday was the day her dad was moving out for good. I shall probably go. Yeah, see you tomorrow? Nega pause. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Yumi waved a goodbye. Nega gave her a smile and closed the door gently. The moment it closed, the yard spin. I buried my face into my hand, fighting the dizziness. Wow, transitionnya. What? The spinning has stopped. Still distorted, I slowly opened my eyes to find myself in my own house. I heard the doorbell ring. Coming! Mom heads toward the door, wiping her wet hand on her apron. Nah, tuh kan. Meper itu adalah sebuah kebudayaan yang bagus. Jangan ditiru, jangan ditiru. Sesat. Bentar, aku periksa streamingan dulu ya. Oh, sejauh ini lancar-lancar. Kenapa kalau visual novel mah lancar-lancar aja? Dai, streaming visual novel lancar-lancar aja. Kalau kemarin streaming 3D malah parahnya minta ampun. Apa gara-gara ini gambar statik cuma dikasih suara gitu ya? Kurang asem sih. Emaknya cakep. Dasar. Tapi emaknya juga it's not big. She opened the door to reveal Negai holding a couple of items in her little hand. Lupa. Well, hello there, Negai. Come to play with Yumi? Negai smiled, and hand Mom the basket of apples she holding. Wih, baru. Waifu baru. Bah, Anda menyukai MILF ya? Negai, oh ya udah. This is for you, Mr. Kato. Thank you so much. You didn't have to. You know you're always welcome to our house at any time. It's my pleasure, Mr. Kato. Negai nods as Mom welcomes her inside. Yumi is upstairs. Have fun, girls. Negai smiled and politely bowed before heading upstairs to knock on my doors. Negai! Hey, Yumi. Young me ran over and hugged Negai. Negai stumbled back, hugging me back. Yumi, it's only been a week. Yumi pulled away, and they both sit on the floor, leaning against the bed frame. Yeah, but you weren't around for the whole Christmas week. I miss you. I miss you too. I have a present for you. She reached under her bed and produced a gift, a box, handling it to Negai. Oh, wow, thank you. Hmm, wait a minute. Yang ini ngepas. Young Negai sama Young Yuminya baru kelihatan sepantaran. Seperti anak SD. Kenapa? Wait a minute. Aduh. Agak kurang sih ya. Harusnya si karakternya emang harus lebih dibanyakin lagi sih. Karena kalau misalnya kayak gitu, ini nggak bakal bisa kelihatan dia itu yang masih kecilnya kayak gimana. Padahal di yang kecilnya itu di twintel loh. Di twintel. Kenapa dia tiba-tiba rambutnya pendek kayak gini? Aku lebih suka dia rambut pendek kayak gini. Lebih keren. Dan asli ini beda banget. I brought one for you too. Naga unzip her backpack and take out a small work box. You may receive it with the grin on her face. Thank you so much. They look at each other, present in a hand, before bursting out into laughter. Kesetaraan, benar. Ini baru kelihatan kalau mereka itu teman dan seangkatan jadinya. Karena dia kalau dia dari sini mereka sama-sama bocah gitu. They look each other, present in hand, before bursting out into the laughter. A small smile took on my lips. The overwhelming joy from the two younger versions of us permeating the air, just happy to spend a time with each other. Where are those carefree days now? Open it together. Young me nods enthusiastically. Rebut rambut panjang hitam tetap the best. Nap, nap. Aku adalah pecinta orang rambut pendek. Jadi kita agak beda ya corona. Aku lebih suka rambut pendek soalnya. I watch as they count down from three and open their present together. The room light up with their delight laughter as they unveil their new gift. A gift her sweeter and beautiful ribbon, and beamed out with the delight as she eager tried them on. Open yours, open yours! Young Yumi begins staring at the box, looking the entry time. As the box opened, her eye light up in a way. Wow, it's so beautiful. I watched her take out a beautiful snow globe. I watched the snow inside swish around and fall ever so gently onto a tiny house. I used to pretend that he was guarding the imaginary family living inside a tiny golf. This brings back so many memories. Tuh, lihat perbedaan mereka. Ini sih Yumi waktu SD. Yang tadi itu lebih imut sumpah. Ibaratnya setara lah sama si Nega yang ini. Rambut pendek tapi check up tetap kuterima. Well, it's not wrong. As long as she was short hair, I love it. I bought it when I was at the ski resort. Eh, I bought it when I was at the ski resort. I was sad that you couldn't make it and place it on her desk, just beside her lamp. And now, and now you always be beside me. I sit back and watch as the rest of this memory play out. I now remember the rest of that evening. Ken takes us both into his room to watch a Christmas movie. Mom and Dad prepared us hot chocolate and snacks as the night progressed. Eventually, we all ended up in the living room playing a board game. Then, it got too late and it was time for Nega to return home. After seeing her out, I followed myself back up to our room. As my hand touched the knob, I began to feel dizzy. I closed my eyes as the world shifted once again around me. Yumi mirip SMP. Enggak, malah aku iya. Mereka SMP atau SD BTW. Aku nggak tahu. Kalau di sini kayaknya dia SD dah. SD kelas 1 kelas 2-an yang masih itulah, masih di bawah gitu. Belum sampai SMP belum belum. Belum. Yumi pas yang present tuh kayaknya itu antara apa senior high school kan dia bilang. Berarti dia udah SMA. Jadi yang tadi pakai baju apa yang di Twintel itu dia SMP dan yang ini tuh lagi nyeritain SD sebenarnya. Cuman kayaknya asetnya kurang ya. Makanya makanya apa dikasihnya cuman yang itu doang. Itu sih menurut aku. The first thing that catch my attention is the sound of muffled now a sob like someone is trying and falling to not make a sound. I look behind me and my stomach sinks. It's hurt. I turn away. It's so sad to see myself in so much pain. Then knock at the door. Sweetie, the guy is here. Ask her to go away. I don't want to talk to anyone. She has something for you. Yomi shook her head, as if she couldn't bring herself to speak. I would now. Yumi, I just really want to be alone. Silence then. A soft knock of the door, and it opened ever so slightly. Neka slipped into the room. Hey, she closed the door gently and walked over the corner where Yumi is sitting. Hey, Yumi. Neka sit down, put down the paper bag in her hand on the ground and placed an arm around her shoulder. Yumi looked up. Hey. Her voice is small, barely a whisper. I got you something. She gestured toward the paper bag. Yumi, not likely. Nagai rubbed her hand nervously, looking down. How are you holding up? She shrugged. I haven't seen you in the school for a while. She shook her head. I can't. Nagai let out a tired sigh. I know it's hard. You don't understand. Then help me understand. I'm worried about you. I want to help. You can help. You'll never understand. I want to try. Please, let me in, Yumi. I'm here for you. Instead, she pulled her knee to her chest and hugged it. You can't keep shutting me out every time. If you jump by anger and hurt that it affected my relationship with the people around me. I don't think I understood it at the time, but I didn't know how to deal with it. The pain and the confusion. I couldn't seem to understand anything that my family was telling me. Wah, ada sesuatu yang terjadi ternyata. Sorry ya, tadi agak bermasalah. Oke, kita balik lagi. Apa tadi? Kesetaraan rambut, iya ya udah. Kaca ada di depan tempat tidur agak bikin ngeri. Aku setuju. Negai sudah aku pastikan ekap. No debat. Oke. BTW Yumi kelihatan bikap. Kalau lagi pose duduk kayak gitu. Anda lihat dari mana sih? Sumpah mata Anda jeli sekali ya. I couldn't seem to understand anything that my family was telling me. Not my father or mother. Not even what my brother, the one person I was close to. I never felt more alone. I take the deep breath, trying to relieve some of a heaviness that came with remembering. Yumi shook her head. Like I said, you wouldn't understand. I watched as Yumi stand up and march out of the room, slamming the door shut behind her. Harusnya dikasih ada suara efek jedar gitu ya, suara pintu. I took back at Negai, who's still sitting in the corner of the room, left shaken by her friend, by me, outburst. A tear rolled down her cheek, clearly hurt by my action. Then she wipes it away, stand up and forced on a smile before following after Yumi. Unlike me, she closed the door gently, as if it were fragile as a glass. The guilt is piercing struck my heart like a cold dagger. I head toward the door, my shoulders sagging with defeat. But just as I reach for the doorknob, I pause. Have I ever looked inside that gift bag that Negai gave me? I walk over the bag on the floor and peer inside. A clear bag of chocolate chip, cookies, and an envelope. I reach into the bag and remove the envelope. Being careful not to tear the envelope, I open it and remove the postcard inside. It was of light surrounded by lush green forest, sparkling under the ray of sunlight. Not a getaway, just a year pure with my family, and we brought Neka along with us. Wow, I don't think I've done anything that fun signs. I flit over the postcard, a smile stuck on my lips as I read the message written in Negai handwriting. Dear Yumi, I really miss you in school. You haven't been coming as regularly anymore. I've tried calling you, but you are not picking up. I'm really worried. I hope everything is alright. You're going to be okay. And if you need me, I'm just a phone call away. I miss you. I hope you feel better soon. Your best friend, Negai. Hah, hah. Ternyata. Hey, Anda, please jangan mikir yang aneh-aneh. Semua ukuran cup sudah saya rumuskan. Andai. Tapi ini kacau sih. Tapi benar juga. Agak nyelekit. Padahal temennya mau ngebantuin dia karena mungkin si Nega yang ngerasanya situasinya sama kayak dia waktu dulu. Dan dulu itu dia dihibur sama si Yumi itu ada sesuatu yang wah, dan dia mau si Nega itu mau ngebales apa yang Yumi udah lakuin ke dia. Itu return favor. Ya. Tapi sayangnya Yumi malah kayak gitu. Ya, begitulah orang. Kadang orang yang sering ngebantuin kita kalau lagi stres, dia lebih nggak mau dibantuin dan lebih stres daripada kita. Dia nganggap kalau kita itu nggak bakal ngerti apa-apa. Padahal kalau misalnya kita komunikasikan, mungkin orang lain bisa mengerti. Apalagi teman baik kayak Nega ini yang jarang banget gitu ada. Ya, itu ada sebuah penyesalan sih bagi aku. Kalau misalnya kita nolak kayak gitu. Wow. Kita lanjut. I sighed and replaced the postcard back in the envelope, and then the paper bag, taking one final look around the room. I open the door and leave. I hear a faint voice coming from the kitchen, and so I heard toward it. I just want to be alone. Why can't I understand that? Ah, balik lagi. Kayaknya bener dah, asetnya kurang. Asetnya kurang. I'm I'm worried for you. I barely even see you in school anymore. Leave me alone. I enter the kitchen and it take everything in me not to turn and run away. In the heat of the moment, I never realized how much my anguish was hurting those closest to me. Nagai is about to cry. I'm begging you to let me help you, and this is how you treat me. She lets out an expected sigh. You know what? It's fine. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Clearly you don't want me. Good. You finally understand what I'm saying. Young me pointed toward the door, filled with anger and sadness. I close my eye, feeling remorse how, for how I treat my friend who only meant the best. I don't want you here. Naga gasps. Her eye filled with anger and hurt. I don't think I want to stay here any longer anyway. Her quiet disappointment filled voice was the start of our friendship going downhill. I really wish I could say otherwise. I don't know if it was because of what happened that day, or if it all was culmination of several things, even until today. We could never get back the kind of friendship we had all those a year ago, the sweet and innocent kind, the kind where you always there for each other, where you always want to be there for each other, through the good times and the bad. I don't know when I started pushing her away, thinking I didn't need her, but I do. Somewhere between me shutting everyone out and her trying to be a good friend, she gave up and kept me at an arm's length. She's still nice to me, but it's definitely not the same. Oh, what have I done? She doesn't even look back as she marches out the door. I race after her, desperately trying to explain myself and to win back the friend that I had wounded so deeply. As soon as I tried to run toward the doorway, everything flashed to white again, and I am left with nothing but the sinking feeling of regret. Waktu di SMA masih di situ juga. Well, entahlah. I found myself in the school cafeteria. My heart dropped as I realized when this happened. It only just the morning that I was here, experiencing what the Yumi sitting across the room from here is about experience. I wish I could just hide in the corner and erase this memory. I can believe this happened less than 24 hours ago. It feels like it should be eggs ago. I watch myself from behind, slouch over, passing her foot around as if it's going to help regain her appetite. This time, I noticed Nagai approached me with the huge grin and her face. There you are, Yumi. Why are you sitting here? I almost couldn't find you. That's the point. I remember myself thinking. The other me pushed her tray of food to the side. I assume you did well on your exam. All the thing paid off. It was a piece of cake. Mr. Uchiyama made it seem like it was going to be really difficult. I guess they were kind of tricky, but really, if you remember the syllabus at all, it's not that hard. You had your math test already, right? I know we have different teacher, but the tests are always the same. How was your? I'm sure it'd be fine. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask you. Do you want to come to my track meet tomorrow? I've been re- rep- represent I've been representing our district, and because of our school won national last year, it be held here. How exciting is that? So, do you want to come? I really like you to be there. Of course, she is met with no response to any of these questions. I just so caught up in my own head that I didn't hear at all. Yumi? What? I see this the ejected table turned to look at me. I thought I was the sensible on but now looking at it from the outside, I realized I was too far inside my head to be a friend to Negai. Negai was just trying to talk to me. I snapped at her for what the talk that were in my own head. Huh? I take a deep breath, trying to calm the mess of emotion inside. I don't even know what I'm feeling anymore. I'm just mixture a guilt, and this sounds so disappointment, all masking the heart that I keep pushing aside. I was just asking if you wanted to come to my track meet tomorrow. It's be at school, our school. The top of athletic will be selected for national, and I've been training pretty hard for it. I want you to be there when I will. No, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go watch you or your stupid meet. Why do you think I sat in the corner today? Because I want to be left alone. Nega break the manor instead drop, repressed by frown and tear brimming in her eye. This is about your brother, isn't it? It's that time of the year after all. I've told you many times to stop bothering everything in, but you are so stubborn. You are always so stubborn. I'm really sorry about what happened, Yumi, but there's nothing we can do about it. You can let it do this to you every year. You can let this continue affect you so much like this. I'm sure he wouldn't want this. She sounds so broken. I really want to give her a hug there and then, and apologize for being so insensitive. But I can only helplessly watch from afar. I I just want to help you. It hurts seeing you like this. Stop! How could you possibly understand what it's like for me? You don't even have brother. You don't know what it's like to just wake up one day and find they are disabled. You don't know what it's like to have what you thought was the most perfect family fall apart in front of your eye. You don't laugh and smile like nothing else matters. You don't know what it's like. What it's like for me. You are just fake. It makes me feel me sick. My voice is full of resentment and misplaced anger. I suffer my feet nervously, the pit in my stomach growing. I wouldn't be surprised if Negai just to walk away from me after this. To be honest, I would if I were her. Honestly, I don't even remember saying that to her earlier today. Maybe I really am more delusional than I thought. I close my eye. I don't want to see this anymore. I try as hard as I can live this moment. I see her. Mew. She's starting right at... Oh, tokoh utamanya namanya Yumi. Alter egonya namanya Miu. Keren. Tinggal dibalikin doang kosakatanya. Miu is staring right at me with eyes clear again, changing me with her sad, disappointed eye. It's almost as if she was punishing me, like she was saying, "Watch what you did." In this very moment, I want to disappear, but I feel too grounded. The tension I feel around me is so too real. The heavy atmosphere of the cafeteria, smoldering. There is no escape. I can still hear the room. I can still hear everything. The pre-silent as silverware activity crowded to stop. The whispering of worried students around me as they begin to notice our argument. And worst of all, the sound of Nega's sad voice. Me. Defeated, I open my eyes and watch the rest of the scene play out. I watch as Nega slumped into her seat, looking down, as if trying to make herself as small as possible. That's Yumi. Who called you? That's the girl. I was only trying to look out for you. How? I watch out the other me stand up, slamming the table loudly and kicking her chair back before sprinting toward the exit. I don't remember hearing half of the thing Nega is saying. I also don't remember saying all of those things to her. I wonder if I had just blocked them out. Nega stand up soon after, and walked briskly toward another exit, the one leading out to the lawn. As she passed me, I can see her tears sticker face, eh, stricken face. She looked absolutely heartbroken, and I did that to her. Here's supposed best friend. Even if we weren't as close as we used to be, how could I be so insensitive? Have I done something like this before? It's happened at least twice. There's not telling how many times I've treated her like this. I'm such a bad friend. How will I ever make this right? Ah, mau ompluk gak? Ah, dasar parah. Mio, kukira Imui. Mio adalah kudere version of Yumi. Yap, by the way ini nggak ada soundtracknya. Ah, nggak ada. Aku dengar juga di sini nggak ada. Mungkin itu juga yang harus diperbaikin sama developernya. I feel a tap of my shoulder and I turn around. It's her again, and behind her is a mirror. I glance around. Everyone else is frozen in time, but us. She reached out her hand toward me, with nothing else to do. I take it. She closed her cold hand around mine and stepped through the mirror. I follow suit. Soon enough, we're back in the void. Oke, mungkin segitu dulu kali ya. Udah jam berapa ini? Udah jam 3. Ya, yap, udah jam 3. Jadi, aku mulai ngerti ceritanya. Atau walaupun aku masih nggak tahu kenapa kakak ada apa dengan kakaknya dan kakaknya itu kenapa, sampai sekarang juga masih belum tahu kenapa. Tapi si Nega ini sebenarnya pingin ngebantuin si Yumi gitu untuk cheer up gitu, apa ya, jangan sedih terus gitu, jangan sedih terus, apa, kamu masih bisa lewatin ini, ada aku di sini. Nega itu pingin bilangnya kayak gitu, tapi ya gitu, Mio yang membuka tangannya kayak mau ngomong welcome to the gang. Ya jadi gitu sih. Ah, tapi karena si tokoh utamanya si Yumi itu negat mulu, negat. Apa? Apa ya? Ngeresis, bukan ngeresis, apa ya? Nggak terima, nggak mau nerima kenyataan, nggak mau nerima bahwa ada yang apa? Bahwa ada orang yang pingin mengerti dia. Dia jadinya nge-push semua orang, bahkan sahabatnya sendiri untuk jauh-jauh. Wah, gila sih. Ini psikologikal banget. Yuminya PMS sih. Kagak bisa mikir jernih, sedih terus deh. Nah, itu PMS-nya itu gara-gara kakaknya ini. Ini gara-gara kakaknya. Emang kakaknya ini kurang asem ini kakaknya. Ada apa dengan kakaknya? Apa yang kakaknya lakukan sampai si Yumi kayak gitu? Apakah mungkinkah dia mati atau mungkinkah apa gitu? Emang sih kalau misalnya adik udah nempel banget sama kakaknya, kalau misalnya ada kejadian sesuatu pasti kayak berat banget gitu. Dan sekarang itu si Yumi itu kayak ngerasa dunianya itu udah hilang. Jadi dia nggak punya dunia lagi sekarang. Dia ngerasa kayak gitu. Dan kita harus ngebuat dunianya kembali. Well, kalau gitu kayaknya sampai di sini dulu. Udah berapa jam ya ini? Kita lihat, wow, 2 jam. Udah 2 jam kita apa main game ini. Sorry, aku agak kesalak gara-gara dari tadi ngomong terus. Sejauh ini aku ngerasa develop story-nya bagus. Yang aku agak kurang setuju adalah pas uh, apa ya, develop karakter sama develop ruangan, terus sama develop itunya apa namanya, sound, itu agak kurang. Emang sih karakternya harusnya aku lebih suka kalau itu dimiripin sama apa yang dia pakai hari itu. Jadi kita pun bisa ngebayangin gitu, walaupun cuma dalam deskripsi. Dan oh ya, dadah Corona. Dan sisanya juga kataku bagus-bagus aja gitu. Uh, Terus juga harusnya ditambah ambience-nya dikit, dikit lagi atau enggak agak lebih gede. Terutama kalau misalnya pas lagi nggak ada sound atau BGM. Itu sih menurut aku. Tapi overall aku suka story-nya. Nah, nanti aku bakal lanjutin lagi karena aku mau tahu story-nya. Gitu aja. Terima kasih telah menonton. Jangan lupa klik like, jangan lupa juga subscribe, dan jangan lupa juga share ke teman-teman kalian biar aku makin semangat untuk mainin game-game baru. Sampai jumpa di episode selanjutnya. Bye bye.